thing about the Wallahachie Ranch is it does a really good job of holding muleys early and having them on them. We have quite a bit of a herd there going in northwest Oklahoma, and there's always a couple deer to chase, you know. Jeff had the big old muley over there, Dez, that he had, and then the Triple Crown. And so when Jeff, he kind of laid claim a little bit to Dez, and so gave me the opportunity to kind of lay claim to Triple Crown. And actually last year, Eldon had an encounter with this deer that we call Triple Crown.
This deer just bedded. He's facing us, which I think we could get by with that. I think we could get down low enough, but we got does over here, and we sure don't want to spook him and run him over him. Yeah, he's a stud. I'll send Chancey down, and I'll just tell him when to stop and go. Get him outside, get Dad down there cold, and just get in a better position. We slid down the mountain, butt slid. We're just gonna take our time. Y'all feel that wind? It's probably just because we're here, but it's... Oh gosh, don't move. Don't move. You can shoot him right here. Tell them. Hey, he's right here. Right out there. See him standing there. I don't see him down. We kept the wind in her face all morning. We haven't spooked a deer other than we just spooked him. And again, we spooked him back into miles of our place here. I mean, this is the Wallahachie, just the most beautiful river bottom for northwest Oklahoma, and in some of the biggest hills. I mean, you've seen us, we couldn't hardly get up that dang hill. Dad forgot his Magellan boots, and he's in cowboy boots.
This deer that we call Triple Crown. This year, he really put on some inches, turned into a really impressive mule deer. We actually hunted a few days in bow season and had a few encounters with him.
We get lucky this morning and spotted him. We might be able to put him to bed and try to kill him. So.
We spotted a buck we call Triple Crown just a couple hours ago. And we call these red hills over here because it's just a different part of the ranch. It's all just red cliffs, but him and two other bucks were going into that to bed. So we tried to sneak in there. And I feel like we had the wind in our favor. I thought we did a pretty good job, but we got in there. By the time we got there trying to be quiet, I don't know where they went. And you think in this open country you'd be able to see them, but more than likely they crawled in one of them holes and bedded down, something we walked right past. Taking a few cameras here in the panhandle, and we got a big muley on this side somewhere, so we're putting a little bit of corn out and a whole bunch of big J. We're gonna see if we can catch him. We know he's going right down there to that water tank, and we know he's been bedding up here, so we're just trying to see a pattern, maybe get some better pictures, figure out what he's doing. So. Yesterday, we didn't even hunt yesterday. We put out a few test piles, especially for a buck we call Triple Crown. Me and Chancey seen him last week, just right over there. So we put out a test camera right here, and actually this morning we got his picture. He was here. So what our hope was is that he was bedded close. So we just slipped in here, popped this game winter blind up, and hopefully for us, he's bedded real close.
We watched him stand up out of his bed. When he stood up, he turned and was walking right at us. I mean, I'll never forget, I thought, oh man, he's gonna walk right in here, and like mule deer do, he just hung around and stood there and fed on the sage and did what he was gonna do, but it was still a really, really cool encounter. Once he beat us, and we got to see him go over the hill and get into a spot. So we tried to get around him, you know, bow hunting. We had some pretty good wind and tried to get around in a situation to figure out if he was in a stalkable spot. And that particular day, he ended up way down in the bottom in the wide open that, you know, there was absolutely no way we could stalk towards him. We felt like we probably couldn't get within 200 yards. Now, if it had been muzzleloader season, we probably could have got him killed on that day. But how it goes, you know, bow hunting sometimes, they're not in the right situation. They're not in the right situation. So we were going to be pretty patient to try to push our luck in muzzleloader, and hopefully we can put him in those same situations.
We're going to try to get up here where we can see a lot back to the north. This buck, we've actually seen him 5 or 6 times. And we got his camera picture here in the water tank. So what we kind of figured out is he's going from the water to bed up here and back and forth. So hopefully he'll mess around and do that again, because we got the Paramount with us this week. So we'll see.
And our mule deer in our part of the country, they typically don't bed in the same spot. And for him, we felt like we kind of had him narrowed down at least to half a mile, 3/4 of a mile area. But you think in this part of the country you'd be able to spot them, but those little plum thickets and draws are so nasty, it's really hard to find them.
4 or 5 times, I know for a fact, off that point, right on the bottom. And my guess is today with the hard north wind, they would bed there again to be out of the wind, have the wind coming over the hill to back, and then looking down on the bottom. Update. Second morning here at the Wallahachie Ranch with the hunting during muzzleloader season. And we're still after Triple Crown. He was literally standing right over there, down there in this draw. So we come one way past him and snuck up here. He should come this way, right in front of us, right here. So
He walked over the low gap. Seen him do that 3 times in that spot. But he was going that way, of course, since we spooked him. So maybe he'll go over and stay over there, slip in and hunt above, and hopefully we can put our eyes on him in the morning. Well, you know, during muzzleloader, we never really laid eyes on him too much. We hunted for 5 days. We weren't sure where he bedded, and we tried to push it a little bit and bumped him. And that was the last time we seen him. Later in the year, actually, the neighbor ended up killing Triple Crown during rifle season, and congratulations to him. He was an awesome, awesome deer, and just blessed to be able to chase deer like that. I mean, you look at him, I mean, he was probably 185, 190 inch mule deer there in Oklahoma. Not something you typically hear is, you know, hunting deer like that, but the Wallahachie is so diverse. It was such a fun hunt to be able to chase him this year, and just blessed to be able to do it. So coming into rifle, we knew we were going to have to change and go after some different things. So we were going to try to spend some time during rifle season down there in the horseshoe. There were several really, really good deer.
I love how they put the ballistics right on the box. And so when I sighted this gun in, I sighted it in at 1.5 inches high at 100. And I backed up to 300 yards and shot it one time. And I measured, and it was just under 6 inches. And when you lock, it says minus 0.64 inches velocity. It's amazing how accurate that was. So I'm really excited to be shooting this ammo this year. I'm ready to finally shoot a deer with it.
You know, we got back in there and got settled, and you know, we saw a few does and a couple little bucks, and we looked back off to our right, off to the west there. Big old heavy 8-point with a big split G2 on one side, and I mean, he read the script for us.
Rep.
You still got him.
Rep.
Yeah, we've taken a break. I've been off for 10 days. Come back and shoot on the first day. That's all right. Yeah. Does that mean I get to sleep in the morning? I don't know about that. Probably didn't need that 6.5 PRC CVA, but I'm glad I had it and dropped him in his tracks. And man, look at that. Oh gosh. Look at all that gnarly stuff around the base, big old bases. Look at that. Oh, he had one right here. Broke it off. Pretty much exactly what we thought he was. This is a bonus buck. This wasn't the deer we had all summer. He didn't show up till the end of October. And obviously we caught him the split 2.8, but just solid. I mean, look at the mass. He got all them kickers on the base there. Awesome buck here in northwest Oklahoma. I am officially tagged out. Just blessed, man, blessed. That precision Hornady ammo and 6.5 PRC with that CVA. I mean, he didn't take a step. So we're going to work on getting him out of here and getting over there and celebrating a little bit. He didn't like that shot.
You didn't like it, huh? You didn't move?
Really clinched. Yeah. Right, you there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're turned into a cameraman now. Daniel's, well, you proved all that.
I know, and that's what I had
Man of many talents.
I had to live up to it now. Yeah.
I mean, and I know you was trying to hold off and not shoot something so it wouldn't make him look so bad.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, like I said, that he had a hole and another tine hole. I mean, I don't know how long it would have, but we didn't get him until I think it was like 26th or 27th of October the first time we had a picture of him. It's not about the harvest for us, it's about the pursuit or the chase. And to have an opportunity at Triple Crown, to be able to chase a deer of that magnitude and to have the encounters like we did, I just feel blessed. You know, we weren't able to put it together and it don't always happen. And they're wild animals, so sometimes things like that just happen. And then to be able to shoot this deer on the Wallahachie and to have a season like I've had, I just can't be thankful enough on a place like this. Look at that. It's incredible when you have the right land and the right ground, how fun it can be.
All right, guys, welcome back to Walk by Faith. This week we're diving into Ephesians 6, 11, and 12. Put on the full armor of God so that you will be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of the darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. Guys, this is a big time deal. I mean, just knowing that the devil is walking around like a roaring lion. He is after us. And he's going to use our weaknesses. If your weakness is anger, maybe you're out on the turnpike and someone's driving in the wrong lane slow, and you're going to get mad, and God's going to use that. You know, and again, kind of back to what I talked about last week is we have to be dwelled in God's Word. We have to be in prayer. And we have to know our weaknesses and be turning that over to Christ and asking Him to help us in those, because the devil is just waiting for us. So I encourage you to be in the Word of God, to be on your knees, and truly be repenting every day. Guys, thanks for watching this week, and remember, as we always say, shoot by sight and walk by faith.